What's up, guys? It's Silver Fox back here with some Path of Exile. I already posted a couple videos from my live Twitch stream, but what I want to give you guys today is the new build. Yes, 2.0 has done a lot to our character. Cold crit, CI Witch, the normal shotgunning with freezing pulse does not work. If you watched my live stream, you would see that I died a crap ton of times using this. But there is hope, guys. There is hope, and there is some reason behind that hope. Because not only have I made the build equally as good as it used to be, but I may have made it even better. So let me go ahead and show you guys, first off, what my skill gems are. Or, you know what, let me go start with the passive tree, because this is where it all starts right here. Alright, so normally I've done this live before in the past, and you guys watched as I put each point in. I'm not doing that this time. I already put my points in, and I had to make some adjustments here and there. So that's why I'm doing it this way. There was a lot of adjustments made. So Elemental Dominion is our first keynote passive. Then we have Frostwalker. Mental Rapidity. We have to get some agility based on your gear. That's how based on your gear. We want to grab these Joel sockets this time. I would recommend those. Fit those in somewhere because they are very useful. Stormweaver. Then we go back up around here. Arcane Potency. Even though it's moved, it's still here. And then there's this whole new area which is great. Celestial Punishment. This is not new to 2.0, but it is new to the build. And Celestial Judgment. Okay. After you get that, well, you don't have to go that way first, obviously, but there's also the Unnatural Calm. Any way you go through this build as you're leveling is fine. If you want to go more defensive first, I would recommend it, actually, before you go get your damage. Try to grab the defensive nodes first. If you're playing hardcore, you might want to go a little bit more defensive, but the build should still work. Annihilation, and if there's anything you have questions about, just post in the comments below. I can be glad to explain why I got what I got. We got another Joel socket there. Arcane Focus, Deep Wisdom, and actually we do come down here and grab some energy shield nodes. These are solid energy shield nodes, so they're worth grabbing. This one I'm not so sure I'm sold on, so I didn't grab that one. Throat Seeker and Snowforged. Those are new. Oh, I think I might have missed something. No, I got Stormweaver. Okay. Stoneforge and Stormweaver are interesting because they are cold and other damage increases, like lightning, but just based on the numbers alone, it is worth grabbing them just for the cold. And this one also gives you critical strike chance, but just for the cold, it's worth grabbing. I mean, I did the math on it, it's definitely worth it. We did not get Breath of Rime, but we got Heart of Ice, and I had to get another Agility, same reason before. Nimbleness, come down and get Trickery, Freeze, Cold-Hearted Calculation, Assassination. Up here we got the Chaos Inoculation, Infused Shield, Doomcast, and Ghost Reaver. That rounds out the build. This build also does leave plenty of places where you can get Joel sockets pretty easily. That one's possible. There's that one right there. You have this one right here. And if you really want to, you can stretch and come down and grab these down here. But honestly, I don't know how many Joel sockets we're going to need, but it's good that we have quite a few. I believe 4 or 5 within easy range of getting as the build levels up and whatnot. And what's great is we are leveling up. At 85, pretty much no problem. And this is partially due, okay, that skill build looks pretty similar to what we used to rock out, right? It's not that much different. It's all about the same passives, pretty much, right? I'm so sorry about this. I have something going on. Okay. Anyhow, it's about the same passives as before. A few new differences, but it's cold and crit multiplier, etc., and energy shield. Okay, the energy shield has been nerfed and changed quite a bit. Damage has been scaled and whatnot. But what really changed on this build is Freezing Pulse. Freezing Pulse still does work, but Freezing Pulse plus Lesser Multiple Projectiles doesn't. Lesser Multiple Projectiles has been replaced by Hypothermia. Hypothermia does a crap ton of damage, and I highly recommend using this gem. Adding cold damage or Mana Leech also works. Mana Leech instead of Cold Pen, I'm sorry. But added cold damage will also work if you don't want to change your sockets up or whatever. It will do a lot of damage. As you can see, it hits 40,000 right there, and actually in map it's 42,000 or so. But without that, we're still at 34, and yeah, that's 6,000 damage. You think, oh, that's way too much, but 34% more damage to chilled enemies. That alone makes this way better than it would be before. So 34% more damage to enemies you already hit, so bosses, anything else. Your initial attack will do less damage, but every sequential attack will do more. We also replaced Mana Leech with Cold Pen. You can alternate out if you need to, but Cold Pen is far more damage than Mana Leech. We're still rocking out a Surgeon Flask. This time it's a warding one. I think it was still a warding one before. So that way, if you want Mana Leech, you can take off this flask. If you don't, etc., whatever. Life Leech and Spell Echo. So Spell Echo, instead of what were we running before? Spell Echo is great here. We're running like added lightning, added chaos. We've tried different things in the slot, but Spell Echo is my preferred choice right now. Elemental Weakness is just there for when you're playing with other people. Like if they're not the same element, you want to match up with your Frostbite. We still have Herald of Ice, Reduced Mana, Frostbite, Discipline. Those did not change. Less duration, Lightning Warp, faster casting, did not change. Ice Spear, greater multiple projectiles, Spell Totem, and Elemental Proliferation has not changed one bit. You might think, well, if lesser multiple projectiles and greater multiple projectiles don't work anymore, why is it here? Well, they do work. They're just not necessary, and they can't shotgun anymore. With Ice Spears, you're rarely ever going to see an enemy close enough to your totem where the shotgun matters. It's not going to do as much damage for sure as it did before, but usually they spread out and it's doing the same amount of damage. But when they're close, it does do less damage for sure, because only one of the projectiles is going to hit. Let me explain what happened. Basically, lesser multiple projectiles and greater multiple projectiles were changed in a way that when you attacked, instead of all 3 freezing pulses hitting the same guy, that's impossible. Only one would hit now. Only one of the damage goes through. So that's why the build has changed. And so if you're using that, also, this has changed. Cast from damage taken, we used to have it supported with Immortal Call, Enduring Cry, and Summon Skeletons. Enduring Cry does not work with cast from damage taken anymore, so make sure you take that off too. I put Tempest Shield in the slot where that used to be, re-rolled the sockets. Tempest Shield gives us 3% block chance, which I think is pretty worth it. If there's anything else in the slot, I might change it later. The build is all about adaptation. Our damage is great right now, so we do just want to focus on our defense. And that brings me to the new gems that we are rocking out, and that is Summon Chaos Golem, linked with Minion Life and Minion and Totem Elemental Resistance. This bad boy does not die, basically. I mean, he can die, but he only needs to be recasted once or twice a fight, if that. So he is very durable, because anytime you're casting him, you're losing damage, so there's no point in recasting him. If you don't want to be recasting him all the time. So we keep him alive longer, and we do a lot more. The gear has changed a little bit. I got this new weapon. It actually does more damage than my previous one. Everything else has been pretty much the same as before. The main thing you want to focus on is having enough energy shield so that your lifesteal is meaningful and you won't die to any damage, because if you survive the hit, you should be able to regen enough back after that from lifesteal, basically. And resistance and whatnot, but you'd still need Eye of Chula, as far as I know. Cannot be stunned and cannot be frozen. These are important. Cannot be chill would be great. I don't know where I would put it in the build, but it would be great. But every other piece has stayed the same. We got our potions, and that's the build, guys. I can go ahead and show you that it is very effective, extremely effective, actually. We can still clear massive groups of guys, or we can clear a single enemy, no problem. Let's go ahead and load up some random map just to show you guys that it's still working. Do you guys need this? Why not? Let's go and load up this map. Whatever, it's a 73 map? I don't know, should I run the whole map? I'm just going to give you guys a taste of it. Everything else you can watch live on Twitch. Just go ahead and show you what this build can do. So, stay tuned. I will keep on updating if anything changes, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. I always try to keep it updated. I know I did slack off for about 8 months there, and hopefully you didn't just stop watching me entirely during that time, but I'm back and I'm playing again, and I'm definitely dedicated to the build and keeping the character alive, and no matter what changes Grinding Your Games does to the game, I want to be able to play a full crit witch, and I want to be able to do some other stuff in the future, and hopefully I'll be able to do that. But let's find some bigger guys. That's not going to show us much. These guys just die. They evaporate anyway. Hopefully find some bosses and shit. Some boss anywhere? Give me some type of boss real fast. There you go. Here you go. There you go. Oh, was that a rare? That was like a rare. Okay, let's find something even more tasty. So it just rates some maps. Just make sure you're tapping that mana potion. It refills pretty quick. If you want, you can use, like I said, you can still use a mana leech. There's one big ass guy. Oh, it sucks, dude. The only mods you gotta watch out for are Elemental Reflect, possibly, but the main one is that one that puts his little blood charge on you that evaporate off and kill you pretty much instantly because you're casting so fast. We're doing about 4 freezing pulses per second, actually a little over 4 with the build I have currently, so yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's begin counting with this guy because we don't care. Look at that dude. What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. Bacon, come here. Bacon. You got running around being a retard. Is he hurting somebody? Bacon. What am I supposed to kill here? I have no clue. It's not doing damage to him, but I don't know what he's doing. Apparently he's doing something with somebody. What was that? Oh, I just wasn't supposed to die, I guess. Alright guys, well hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you soon. I'll keep up updated on the build and get back to you as soon as possible with any updates and changes made to it. So I'm going to run the rest of this map. You have a great night.